I want to welcome you back to Indian Trace and what I consider the beautiful land of eastern central North Carolina. A couple wild dogs just were down there. I take my time with this. I haven't been able to post many. Where is it? I'm going to try to do this. I don't do it that often. I'm looking for it, everybody. If you see it, I don't. Because there's a great big sandy base sticking up. We're going to check it. It's right there. And I dropped some other artifacts, so get this thing back to normal. Here at NOTCHVILLE 1, I don't dare doubt, because of the conditions it is. It takes a lot of, if you're a collector, some tips to gather along the way. I mean, we get tips from everybody. I mean, we get tips from Ross Crusoe, we get tips from Richard, we get tips from Mike, you get tips from all these people on YouTube. And I really learned a lot to be able to figure out, you know, to the best of my ability, how to find and get artifacts. I hope the tip is on that big sandy. I'm in a place that's put out some high quality points, but also some paleo artifacts. I just found a paleo scraper, and I'll describe why I think it is. I could be wrong. They could have used it in the archaic period, and I'm not hung up about it. It's an ancient Indian artifact. It doesn't have to be paleo to me. It doesn't have to be. I believe it is based on, I think you pronounce his name, Delahaye. I've seen some of the illustrations and some of the ways they did their scrapers and what have you. So as we go up here, we're going to check it out. We're going to check out the artifact and check out some of the pieces that I picked up. And, you know, it's trending towards about 50. It's beautiful out today. And I will say this, you know, I was laughing the other day watching I've got to keep my eyes peeled because I'll walk right over some great artifacts if I don't. But I was listening more than watching to some of Richard's comments about the word legendary. Remember that? A lot of you watch a lot of the videos. I forget TV. How stupid they've become. We're not going to get into that. TV's a waste of time for the biggest part. Commercials, even bigger waste of time for people who are intelligent, I should say, which is going to be the switch off for many people. It's just, it just depends. What the world is that? You know, there's a lot of things I'm seeing out here. And I don't mean to offend you if you watch TV. I mean, don't get me wrong. It has its place. It has its place. I just mean, for the most part, and I do mean this, TV is an insult. It's an insult to me, what they try to convince my children of about what is true and the way society and culture exists. It doesn't exist, and it doesn't believe the way TV would have you believe. Let's just leave it at that. Let's get back to the artifacts. I'm sorry. Oh, a little windy out here. I found quite a few artifacts. They're on the ground here. We're going to take a look at them. And where is that hidden artifact? There it is. It's so hard to see. I'm going to tell you what. Look. This is how hard it is to see. Can you see it yet? Keep my eye out for those wild dogs. They're so skittish and they don't like people, but God knows, you never know. I don't trust anything. Look at it now. Still hidden, right? In the shade. Slight ryegrass. But sure as you live. So let's take a look at this. Just picked these up right here, these two. Great artifacts on Indian Trace. Yeah, legendary. And he was laughing about the fact that a person, a human being, could call themselves legendary. Look at this piece. It's a nice arrowhead. A little bit of a quartzite material. Oh, that? You know that's buffalo bone. This is not something I just found. I carry it all the time. A replica that Hopewell MJ made me. I asked him to make me a little banner stone replica out of buffalo bone. This is bison bone. Carry it all the time when I go out. Here is a nice Guilford Yuma that they flaked out. Very interesting. Just whip that out of a flake. You can see. They knew what they wanted to do with it, didn't they? And then this. What I believe is a paleo scraper. I don't care about paleo, but the only thing I've read and seen about it, you see where it's relieved on the back. It's made to be hafted in. See that? And I saw on the pictures they had a simple wooden handle where they could haft it in, and then they'd be able to hold and leverage this thing real tight to do some heavy caliber work, whatever they were doing. And such fine edge work. And that's the only reason I call it that, because I've really seen it in these books, but we all have our assumptions. I don't think we have a corner on the market. Look at that, though. It's a great scraper nonetheless. My goodness. And then this one. And the deal is with legendary, and I'm taking a little bit of time with this video, that it's hard for a person themselves to become legendary because they got to be really well known. And Richard was laughing about it. I'm going to tell you what, I don't think Richard watches all these videos we put up. But if a human being is going to be legendary for something, then Richard is legendary for digging. He's a complete digging machine, crazy, for decades. So I think Richard has become legendary in his own right with his collection and digging. And each of us maybe become legendary in a certain way, but it takes effort, takes decades. Oh my God, and it takes a smoking point. Tip. Look for yourself. Mercy. That's what you call a mercy point. I've convinced myself with this video to make sure I take my time because I haven't, in this season, been able to make a ton. Interesting, they just left the flat out thing on. They had a stack on the back. They couldn't get it off while they were flaking it. It's a quality artifact. Definitely quality. That's not broken. It's not a... They worked the edge underneath it. They just left it. Didn't matter. Coming at velocity, I'm sure it did not matter. Smoking point any way you cut it. All right, everybody, I babbled enough. I'm going to leave that right there in the sand, all beautiful. With these artifacts, I believe, give you a fine picture of everything. Appreciate everyone tuning in to Indian Trace, just getting a good look and a little chat. Keep on moving forward. And hope you find out there.